Good morning, YouTube. I don't think I got much long to spare, so I need to hurry up and say what I have to say, so that way I can get in there and get this stuff off. I know y'all say, oh, god dang, girl, you looking kind of rough. That's called hard work. Y'all stop judging me. A sister out here chasing that bag. Not the drug bag, but the money. See, y'all like putting words in my mouth. But bump all that. This video is going to be about go to God. There's so much stuff that can keep us to where we become stagnant, or nowadays you can become fearful. If it's not from, epidemics of viruses, or if it's not from now hatred, racism, if it's just not from your everyday stresses and then more stress is added onto it, that's something that can put you in a state of panic. It can put you in a state of fear. It can put you in a state of anxiety, to where it can actually freeze you up to where you're not living life. Because one thing fear is known for, it is known to keep you to where you don't want to do anything. It can keep you in one place to where you're so scared, you're scared to even live life anymore. And a lot of the people that are in power, they know this. So a lot of times they use things like media such as TV, television, news, newspapers, magazines, any way that they can get symbols out to you, any way that they can get, whether it's true news, false news, anything that they're trying to use for their agenda to keep the masses afraid. Because through the course of keeping the masses afraid, they actually keep in control. If they can have you believing that it's something on the worst side that's about to happen, and it's something that's really so quote unquote terrible, and you can't just get past this, guess what? You are controlled. They can control you mentally and physically. And I say this all the time. Once they got your mind, they got your body. That's like the movie Matrix. Like, the movie Matrix, they had their own world. And once they unplugged from the Matrix, they was in the real world. But in order to go and try to attack the enemies, they had to go from the real world to the Matrix to try to attack the enemy. So they will hook up to this machine in the back of their head, and they will go to the Matrix to try to do missions that they had to do. And one thing, I think it was Neo and Morpheus. And Morpheus was like, I'm trying to free your mind. Free your mind. Free. That's what I'm saying. And if you are a sheep, and what are sheep known for? Sheep are known to be followers. Sheep are known to be asleep. Sheep out of all the animal kingdom are the only animals that don't have a leader. They don't have like a leader that leads the pack. They just go anywhere. Whoever wants to guide them, they'll follow them. That's why they have shepherds. So they have shepherds to keep the sheep from wandering off doing something stupid that can lead to their death, because they have no guidance. And if you look at it, half the people nowadays, they act like sheep. Everybody seems to act like sheep, to where they look on the outside for somebody to guide them, or they look on the outside just for validation, or they look on the outside for answers, when if you look within, the answers is inside. The answers is right here if you can think about it. It's not illegal to think yet. Think. And that's another thing spiritually. Like I said, this video is focused on go to God. Now, if anybody knows God, you know that God is not a God of fear. God is a God of love. He's a God of joy. Now, if you read the Bible, you do see a lot of war. And you do see that God, when he got tired of people sinning and doing so much stuff, he will end it and start a new civilization. But who wouldn't get tired of the evils? God is a perfect God. He's not for the evils. I know a lot of you probably say, well, I don't believe in God. I am an atheist. I don't know that God stuff you talk. There is a higher power. I don't care who you call him. I don't care what you call him, Yahshua. I don't know if you call him Allah, God, Jesus, whatever you go by, but you better believe it's more to this world than just this right here. There is spiritual warfare. And that's what we're dealing with. If you really think about it, everything is not on a physical level. Everything is on a spiritual level. And that's another way that I realize I can keep from being fearful in this world we live in. Because I feel like if man is the physical human being of man, if man can't touch my soul, then he can't kill. He can take this body all day. Because whether man kills you or not, you're going to die anyway. Everybody has that in common. Everybody has to die someday. But it's up to you or what you do with your life on where your soul is going to go. So man has nothing to do with your soul. The only thing that man will have to do with your soul is influence. Like especially because Satan is running around. Satan is real. Satan has a way of knowing your faults, knowing your insecurities, and knowing everything. And once he gets inside your mind, he can have you doing all kind of things that is destructive to your life, to your soul, and everything else. So if you fall victimized where you become this atheist, or you become a non-believer, or you become such a sinful, evil person like half these damn racist people killing people, then when it's your time to go, your soul, who knows where our soul go, but it goes somewhere. It's going to be probably with Satan's people and all the evil people over there. So, like I said, what I use to keep from being afraid of everything that's going on, I use the fact that only God is in control of what happens with my soul after this fleshly house or this fleshly temple is no more. So, go spiritual, go to God. And I realize going to God too is a lot easier when dealing with anything. Because as you guys know, I'm still dealing with the loss of my mom. I'm dealing with this so wholeheartedly. And the only way that I keep any type of sanity is going to God by praying, by getting into my word, by just keeping my joy. I have to learn to just let the Holy Spirit deal with me. I just have to learn to just get in spirit to where I'm not thinking on a physical level. If you keep thinking on a carnal, physical level, you can never just step a extra step ahead, because you just so much on just this carnal material, just symbolize this crazy thing we call this world. So learn to get more spiritual with life and stop focusing on what the government wants you to focus on, or stop focusing on what evil people, evildoers want you to focus on. Get spiritual and take it to God. When you go to God and you drop all of your worries on him, and you drop all your insecurities on him, and you drop all your stresses on him, and you just lay it down on the altar, guess what God gonna do? He gonna give you peace and comfort. He's giving me peace and comfort. Like, I'm still getting peace and comfort, but he is giving it to me. Like I said, every day I struggle with just knowing that, my mom ain't here. And I don't expect for everybody to feel the hurt that I feel, because obviously it's hard to understand somebody's hurt when it wasn't their mother that died, or it wasn't their father, or nobody never really knew my mother personally, so nobody would never understand the true hurt that I experience day in and day out. But the way I'm dealing with it is just taking it to God. I have to. Because if I didn't believe, and if I didn't take it to God, there is no way that I could still be just having any type of sanity. I've been to probably either try to do something with my life, or I've been to probably try to hurt people, have an attitude, or just I wouldn't be the same me. But see, when you learn the truth about life, and when you just learn that it's more to life than what it appears, you can kind of deal with issues that come your way because you know the truth. That's why we have to stop being like sheep and wake up and educate yourself by reading stuff from the library on history, by reading stuff from the library on spiritual, getting more spiritual, getting into your word, just finding more things that's even more than the Bible. Because everybody has that debate on whether the Bible has 4 truths in it. And I even have some debate on whether the Bible has 4 truths in it, because it's been revised so many times. New translation, old translation, King James version. King James, he the one that wrote the Bible, and I think he switched it around a couple different times too. So that's why I say you do have to dig deeper for your spiritual awakening, to get more information in order to just feel good with yourself. But whether you have the Bible or not, everybody is born with a spiritual eye. Everybody's born, like usually they say the pineal gland, the cleaner your pineal gland is, the more you have that spiritual, to where you can you're more spiritual than most, because that third eye, which is your pineal gland, is open. But some people have more of a third eye than other folks. So when your third eye is kind of more there, and you can feel more spiritual presence, or you can feel more of God's presence, like that's natural. Everybody is born with that if you just learn to wake it up and bring it out. So remember, no matter what you go through, I don't care what it is, this is a carnal, materialistic world that's going to pass away sooner or later. So if you don't get spiritual now, or take it to God sooner or later, you're going to have more struggle time when your time do come to meet. What is it? To meet your, what is it? I forget the word. Well, the Grim Reaper. When it's time to meet that Grim Reaper, and it's time for him to collect them souls, and your soul is included in that bunch to collect, and he start replaying your life on rewinding of your whole life you live, Do you want to have it to where you didn't try to get more spiritual, or you lived your life just in so much turmoil because you just going off the media, you going off social media, you going off newspapers, magazines, YouTube videos, Instagram videos, Facebook videos? That's the new thing of today is social media. Shoot, social media is taking over news media and everything. So get God more involved with your everyday life. If you really learn to build a habit of praying, and if you really learn to just build a habit of just getting that spirit, that Holy Ghost on you, I promise you, peace gonna find you. Peace gonna find you where you're not scared of this epidemic. You're not scared of racism because you know you have the body of armor on you. You know that you are protected, and God protects his. Like if you living your life right, you doing people right, you not living a hateful life, or you not doing things to hurt people and this and that, and you planting good seeds by doing things that you know you're supposed to do, guess what? You're going to be blessed. I even realized that. I've been blessed my whole life because I'm not going to say I'm perfect because I'm far from perfect, but I do my best every day to try to touch lives, to try to help people, to try to do right. Every day I wake up, I do my best to try to do the right thing. I do my best to try to do the right thing, and that's all you can do at the end of the day. Long as you're doing and long as you even attempting to do it. So, all right, guys, I ain't going to talk your heads off. No surprise they didn't open this door yet, but I need to get up in there and get them this goddamn paperwork so our sister can start unloading and get my tail home, because I don't care. I'm using this damn weekend to do this damn head of mine. I'm tired of wearing damn hats. But when you working super hard and chasing that bag, I don't know about y'all, but shit, I just be worrying about getting my money. I mean, I need to start worrying about how I look, but my main focus on getting paper, baby. I need to switch it up, but it is what it is. As long as I don't let that be the root to all evil. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Let's love each other, not judge each other. Let's get rid of this racism. Ain't no such thing as white, black, blue, Latino, Jamaican, African. We are all human goddamn beings. We're all human. We all bleed red blood. Human beings. Humanity. Love each other. Don't judge each other. All right. Deuces.